Hi everyone, it is Marie here from Skeins, and I know it's Monday. No, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And yes, I usually don't come to you on a Tuesday because Tuesday I'm usually not here. I'm doing my other work from home sort of slash other life, often at August nights and all those other things that I do. But I ran out of time yesterday because we had such a huge busy day pulling bits and pieces together that I needed to sneak in nice and early to get things loaded up for tomorrow. And I really, really, really wanted to be able to show you the new Perendale colours, which are now out and live. So I have loaded all of those up yesterday, and I do have an apology to make. Two of the shades which I thought I'd sent up previously to Steph for photography, I actually hadn't because I found them on my desk. So two of them have actually been photographed by moi, but they are on their way to Steph as we speak to get redone. So I do apologise for the slightly subpar photos on two of them. But regardless, the new colours are there. And it's been a long time coming with Perendale. I mean, Perendale is a range we've had for 34 years. It's our original range. It's one that we love dearly. It holds a huge, massive place in our heart here at Design Spun and Skeins. And it's one that we've always maintained to carry because it was so unique. I mean, it is predominantly a single fibre blend, as in it's made from Perendale sheep. And in fact, it harks back to our origins, and our origins as Design Spun the Mill. It was originally founded out from a group of Perendale, a cooperative of Perendale farmers that wanted to pull together and create a product and get extra value from the fibre that they were producing. So that was sort of harking back to the origins of the mill, and this yarn is basically a nod to those origins. And it has been probably our consistent bestseller that entire time. It never wavers. Locally here in the shop, it's massive. We sell loads and loads and loads of it. I know when I came on board, it was, and I mean, that was a while now. We used to sell this. It used to come through, essentially, we'd do an entire batch for the year, and then once it was sold through, a colour was sold through, you had to wait for the next batch being done the following year. So that's how it used to be done back in the day in the Knitters Factory shop, which is what we were called way back when. So yeah, it's a range that sometimes online doesn't get the amount of love I think that it deserves, but it is a range that we have cherished, and it's, it just represents incredible value. New Zealand grown, New Zealand produced, 100% wool yarn, and it's still only $3.95 a ball. I think that's something for us to be proud of, particularly in light of other imports and things. So we're really, really proud of Perendale. So with Perendale, we haven't had any new shades for quite some time. It had a little bit of a rejig a number of years ago because the range was absolutely massive. And then it's shrunk and expanded and shrunk and expanded over the years. But one of the things that we've never had in the range, and I mentioned it in the video the other day, was some greys. And so, of course, grey is the new black these days. Everybody's after greys, and so we've gone and actually put in 3 greys. We've deliberately gone and done a light grey, and this is a very light grey, a light grey, a mid grey, and a dark grey. So this dark grey is very, very close to a lot of the charcoals that we've got. In fact, it's a slightly warmer version of the charcoals that we've done. It's called soot. So for those that want something dark but not black, this soot is perfect. Then we've got literally classic school grey. It is that classic, warm, neutral, completely sort of in the middle of the road grey. So there's that one. And then this one here is called Cloud, and it is this beautiful, 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 soft silver grey. It's absolutely lovely. So we have got those 3, and you think, oh, grey. But, grey is important, and particularly with the amount of colour work that is around at the moment. And I know I'm bringing back, I mean, I show you this all the time, but Strong Brew, the colour work that is available, and I'm just going to pull it up, and I know the image I'm looking for, and I should have been like Graham Norton and marked it out ahead of time, but, that would have actually required a certain level of forethought and organisation, And, you know, this is May, really, isn't it? That's all right. You're used to me by now. Oh, there it is. See, look at that. And that's the beautiful thing with a grey, is that a grey gives you it's like a blank canvas, and it's a blank canvas that you can add colour to, and you can create something different and new. So this one here is, I think this one is called Icefall. This is the sample we've got in the shop, actually. Icefall, it is Icefall. And the nice thing is now is that we have got these flat greys. The beautiful thing about Perendale, and this is what you may not know about Perendale, the beautiful thing about Perendale is it's spun to what we call a count, and it's called 495/3, which is our what I call our everyday DK count. It does, and because of the bounce, and Perendale, if you've ever seen Perendale as a fibre, it's a very long staple fibre. It's got loads of energy, like it's really... I know Matthew, our technical manager, he showed it to me once when a bale of Perendale comes in. When you've got a bale of standard crossbred, which is what we make our Southlander from, and you open that bale and it goes, and you know, everything comes out. If you open a bale of Perendale, it goes, it's really lively. It's a really, really lively fibre. So even with Southlander as well, because neither of these fibres have been shrink treated, these are from 100% natural fibres, and we don't actually dick around with them too much. We keep the processing really to a minimum. So what you're getting is as close to what we can off the sheep. It is a really lovely full DK is what I'm trying to say. So in a lot of US patterns, you can actually use these up to a 5mm needle and a 18 to 20 stitch tension. Obviously, the standard tensioning for this is 22 stitches to 10 centimetres. But the other thing, as I was saying, with neutrals with grey, you've got, this is the oatmeal, the Southlander oatmeal. This is exactly the same count, 495/3, as it is with the Perendale, which means that you can interact and use between Southlander and Perendale and interchange completely with these. Locals in here have been doing it for years, but this is where these new colours, and I'm going to show you the brighter colours in a second, come into their own, because of course Southlander comes in these big 200-gram balls. These are in 50-gram balls, and often when it comes to colour work, you'll use a natural like this as your base. So this will be your main colour, but then you need to add contrasts to those. And the last thing you want to do is add more contrasts in 200-gram balls, because you may only need 30 or 40 grams of contrast colour, that little thing that adds the zing. And that's where these new shades come in. So I have been quite deliberate in selecting these. Some of these have actually come back out of hibernation. I know. I've given them new names, but they are actually shades that we did. I actually seriously hit the vintage shade books from 35 years ago to actually pull out two of these shades in particular. So, and I know that my camera, when I look at myself, it looks different, but I know that when I watch back, actually apparently the colours are quite true. So I'm, fingers crossed, I'm hoping this is the case. There are 9 colours, 9 new colours total. So the 3 greys, but then there are 6 really bright, vibrant contrast shades, and there they are there. And I'm going to run through these because I just adore them. The first one is Kaffir Lime. And when I first started, because I love this colour, anything yellow, I mean, you know me, you've seen what I knit, anything yellow, lime green, anything in that citrus, oh gosh, look at that, don't move, Marie, don't move, it doesn't like it. Anything in that citrus zone, and I am all over it. It must be a redhead thing. I just adore this one, adore it. And so Kaffir Lime is a really grunty, rich, jeweled lime green, yellowy lime green. Absolutely adorable. So that is the first one. And of course, you can't do this sort of shade without giving it its good BFFs, which are always going to be a really zesty hot pink. I've called this one fuchsia, but this is a super, super, super brilliant, intense, rich, saturated hot pink. And again, anyone that knows me knows I'm for hot pink. So of course, yeah, Look, I'll be honest. I picked my two favourite colours. You just have to suffer. You have to suffer my indulgences, and this is two of them. But they're great friends, and especially when you pair them with an incredible jewel blue. And this is a new colour. This blue, any sort of variation of these jewel blues, these turquoisey blues, people just can't get enough of at the moment. I've called this one Eureka. This is actually a newer colour. It's one that we've actually developed and labbed for this, and it's a really lovely, intense, rich blue, and it's quite different from our electric, quite different from our aqua. It just stands alone, and those three together as a really rich jewel toned story are amazing. And then of course you've got to say, well, where's the purple? And I know you're watching that. So for you, look, I could have called this matte, I reckon, but I didn't. I called it ultraviolet. This is one of the ones that rejoined, actually. This is one of the ones, this used to be out and about and was called Roman Purple back in the day. I just renamed it, but it is it's purple. It's not, purple. It's purple. It is, and look at that. Look at that story that's telling. And sometimes you just need to lighten things up a little bit and give it a, and that's where chill is added in. So chill is, what chill basically is, chill is one of our best-selling colours in our baby range is called mint, which is that sort of really glacier-like peppermint. And that's what that chill is. It is essentially a Perendale version, non-shrink treated version of that colour. I love it because it's a real contrast exclamation point colour. It's one of those colours that when you add it with these other strong colours, it lifts everybody up by the bootstraps and provides you with that contrast. And if you ever do colour work, we've gone to a colour work class and they're trying to select colours, one of the things they often get you to do is photograph the colours that you want to pull together and then turn the saturation off to just have them as black and white, to see those contrasts between light and dark, to make sure that you have contrast enough in your colour work so you can make the patterns pop. And that's where this guy, I think, is really, really important. It helps make that pattern pop. And it's an alternative to cream, which generally gets used, cream or white. And that's where both cloud and chill, I believe, fit into the story, that they provide those highlights within colour work that give you that pop. And alternatively, you often need the contrast at the other end of the scale, that deepness, which then provides you what I call the recessive colour natures. So they pull you in and make you really love it. And that's where this guy comes into it. And this again is another one from the vintage book. I can't quite remember what we called it originally back in the day, but I've renamed it Pine. And it is like a forest green. It's a really beautiful forest green. These greens are really coming back, and it's lovely. It's just lovely and rich. And there's something really nostalgic and comforting about this colour, I think. But again, it's a darker shade. So this provides you, so what you then have are highlights and pops here and recessive contrasts here. So those are your 9 shades. And I think they all work beautifully together. And as I said, they all play really well in the park with our Southlander. So if you're using Southlander, and especially oatmeal is really, really popular, or even charcoal, actually, to be honest, as a main colour, and then you're wanting to add on contrasts to that, or pops of colour to that, you can do that with Perendale in those 50-gram balls at $3.95, and they knit seamlessly together. So as a fabric, they look as if as Forrest Gump would say, they're like peas and carrots made to go together. Now, I'm not going to leave you high and dry. I've shown you the Strong Brew book ad nauseum for pattern ideas, and so definitely go there as a first port of call if you're looking for pattern ideas for the Perendale. Also Tecumseh from Caitlin Hunter, I think would be another sitter for these, would look absolutely amazing. In fact, there's a good chunk of what she does would look incredible in any of these colors. But I've gone and just plucked out a couple of photos. It's actually, this is a crochet pattern, and this was a crochet along about 3 or 4 years ago that was massively huge. Loads of people got involved with it, and it was, I think its success it was a crochet along that was one that was accessible to beginner crocheters. So you'd learnt to crochet, you'd learnt those basic stitches, and you're wanting to sort of expand out. And it was one of those progressive style projects that you could do that showed you new stitches, new techniques. It was well written at the time. It allowed you to play with color. It kept things interesting. And it's actually one that I've been itching to put on a hook for a long, long time, because even though my crochet experience basically goes down to 3 or 4 very, very basic stitches, I'm pretty confident I could have a crack at this. Excuse me. Hay fever. Welcome to Hawke's Bay. And this is called Sophie's Universe. So Sophie's Universe is by Deirdre, I want to say Weiss, not sure. Anyway, Deirdre made this, and it's a mandala, which is a beautiful coloured block. Go to Ravelry, pop mandala under pattern, and you'll just see squillions of them will pop up, and they're beautiful coloured blocks that you can pop into blankets. Well, what she's gone and taken is that coloured block concept and supersized the sucker. What I loved about it, and I know someone that has made this, and they made it in Urban Bulky, I think, Urban Express as it was at the time, as a 12 ply, is that it's done as one complete piece, so you're not actually making blocks and then sewing it together. And if you've ever done a crochet blanket and have to do that, it's not fun, especially for beginners. So I just printed, these were 2 straight from her pattern page that she's gone and created. So there's I'm going to put, there they both are there. But the reason I pulled this up, and I'm just going to pull it, can you see that on the camera? There we go. Now, these colours seriously could come straight out of a Perendale wage. That one there, let me get the right one. Yes, that one there essentially is, you can go with a fuchsia. There's a fuchsia, or even, and we've got cyclamen as well, which would work in that. You've got your kaffir lime, ice blue, which is part of the existing range, or you could go chill. What else have they got in there? And there's a wee bit of cream lurking around in there as a wee pop. But again, you could go cloud. So that would work. She's written that the pattern is done into 3 sizes. She's done it in a sport weight, a DK weight, and a 12 ply. I'm personally inclined to do, obviously this is DK. She does use quite a firm hook size with that, which you can do. Me personally, I tend, because I'm a bit the way I am a crochet, I tend to go up half a hook size. That's entirely up to you. But this is the other one I wanted to show you. Look at that. It was like we were psychically aligned. That's pretty much every colour that I've shown you in this new Perendale range, and one Sophie's Universe. Absolutely amazing. So I am actually going to whip out a wee newsletter today and show you these colours and these ideas, because this pattern, would you believe, is free, and it's still free on Ravelry. And so if you have a hankering to pick up a hook over the summer months, and crochet is the perfect project over the summer months, because it's really, really portable and it's just easy to pick up and put down. And I think that would be a brilliant summer pattern. So I'm going to flick you out a wee note on with those Perendale colours and a link to that, because I just think that would be so perfect if you're wanting to get a bit of zing and a bit of colour into your spring and summer crafting. So those are the new Perendale colours, and as I mentioned before, $3.95 a ball. I mean, honestly, it is such good value. And even if you are just doing squares or crafting for charity, it's affordable. It's 100% wool, and it's just amazing. Love it, love it, love it. The other thing I will also flick out in that note is we've got a promotion which we're doing through lay-by. So if you're a lay-by customer, you will actually probably aware of Lay-by Mania, which they is one day only, a whole bunch of specials which they have tomorrow. We're part of Lay-by Mania, and we are going to launch these. So that's why I'm actually in today, is to get these loaded up. If you've been in store or seen me at a market in across this year, I've actually had the prototypes to these blankets with me at the markets. We have a strategic partner called Masterweave, and they make these blankets specifically for us. So we have spun the yarn ourselves. We've done everything to how we want it, and we get them to commission weave these for us. And this is a range called Rattan, and I like to stroke it. And this is a basket weave, which is something, and it's using an alpaca boucle yarn, so you can actually see on the fringing there. And we wanted a blanket that was sort of spoke to the land, spoke to around New Zealand. It sort of talked about our landscape a little bit, and we love these. And this beautiful basket weave is, it looks visually stunning. 2, it wears really, really well, and it feels fantastic. So we've done 3 initial colors. This is the charcoal version. We have a complete cream version, so it's just the basket weave, but totally in cream. And then we've got another, I think I've called it caramel, which is a beautiful, have I got it sitting? No, I haven't. Oh, no. Those are more coming, haha. Which is sort of like a beautiful natural caramelly, almost looks like a Jersey caramel, actually. It's beautiful. So those are all being loaded up today. The everyday price is $149, which is incredible value compared to what these blankets would be normally in other stores and other formats. But because we make the yarn and we do everything ourselves, we are able to give you something that's incredibly good value. There will be 20% off these one-off tomorrow only, so you don't have to have a lay-by account to purchase them. There are only very, very limited numbers of these, so they yes, so they will be available tomorrow only for 20% off. So I will flick out as part of your email around that. These make wonderful Christmas presents, and that's where lay-by comes in. If you're wanting to break the payments up, it means that you can break those payments up, and you're able to get this incredibly beautiful blanket and have it all ready for Christmas. It makes an absolute wonderful gift. So those are coming tomorrow, so look out for those photos. I'll be loading all of those up today. Lastly, I just wanted to talk about Speakeasy. Haha. I did load up, sorry it took a few days, I just got caught up over the weekend, but I did load up our new theme on the Speakeasy this month, which is it's just Crafty Christmas. So we've got a 2-pronged attack with Crafty Christmas. Prong 1 is that you have the ability to just post up whatever you're working on, whether it be Christmas themed, or it's for a gift, or it's something for yourself. I'll leave the interpretation of that up to you, and you will go in for a $100 voucher from us at the end of the month. But the big prize really is to win a beautiful hamper. Now that I can show you. Yes, I can. It's here. And I haven't completely pulled it together yet. I was starting to, but we have got this huge big Christmas tree that we've just purchased. First time ever, like, we've got a proper, really good looking Christmas tree. Usually our Christmas trees are, yeah, if you've come into the shop, you'll know what I mean. But this year we've got like a really, really cool one. It's so nice. So we've got this tree, and Lorraine has already started making decorations. And if you saw the little tile that I made for Crafty Christmas, those are what she made over the weekend. So we thought we'd run a Christmas decoration competition. We want as many crafty decorations on that tree as we can get. So if you fancy making a decoration for our tree, please do, and they will all be judged, and the the winner, we will have some runner-ups, but the winner will receive a beautiful hamper, Crafty Christmas hamper. And the beginnings of this hamper is this beautiful tote. Isn't that stunning? Now, this has been made by Solange Thompson, and Solange, look at that. All made from recycled fabrics. Her work is incredible. If you were lucky enough to come to the Knit August Nights market on the Sunday, Solange was there with her sewing, and she has sent me one of these for a Crafty Christmas prize. So I will be filling this with, including from Solange, this is a scarf cuff, a shawl cuff that you can pop, onto your shawls and you run it through. So that's already going in there. There'll be yarn going in there, including new pearl and potentially black pearl. And in fact, I'm thinking of pulling together a little beanie pack of black pearl. That's our sparrow, because we have pom-poms back. Ta-da! Look at, is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen? 2 of those for a beanie, and that little natural pom-pom. Amazing. So we've got those. Actually, I'll put that in there now. And there will be loads of other things as they come in. I'll be buying some other little bits and pieces. We've got some other bits coming in. There will be probably a Granny McFlitter book will end up in there. It will be in a really incredible prize. So all you have to do is send us a Christmas decoration. And I got my first one this morning. Oh, so excited. It's part of the reason why I had to do the video, because Heather, you made me so excited. So this morning arrived on my desk from Heather Winstanley is our first entry. Look at that. So this is the standard, people. So well done, Heather. You've thrown down the gauntlet to everybody. And look, I'm not going to rip it out of the bag just yet, but look at that. All with the sparkles, and it's a beautiful bauble, all cable, twisted stitches. Oh, it's lovely. Heather, you gem. Absolutely adore it. So it could be anything. You saw the reindeers that we did. We've got things. Jump online and have a look. Now, these are knitted. Doesn't have to be knitted. It could be crocheted. It could be woven. It could be wrapped. It could be macrame. The only criteria that we have is that it is made predominantly from yarn. So get your thinking cap on, people. It could be a garland. So if you think that you could win that incredible prize plus runners up, make sure that you check out our announcement at the top of the Speakeasy page, which has all the information there, including our address for delivery. And yeah, you've got to the end of the month to get those to us. And those will be judged on the 1st of December. And the 1st of December is a Sunday, and they will be judged because on a Sunday I will be with the Skeins at Sea group that I'm taking on a cruise. Skeins at Sea and the Can cruise will be in store here at Skeins on Sunday as part of their cruise tour visit. So that group will get together, and there will be a big judging session that goes on, and we will select a winner. So congratulations to all of you so far that are thinking, oh, well, congratulations. You need to get entering, and then I'll congratulate you at the other end. But do enter, because that prize will be amazing, and the tree will look incredible, which is what we're really hoping for. So, okay, I've rabbited on enough. Claire is standing outside the door. She's been looking at me through the window. She's trying to get in. She won't come in because I'm talking. I know, she wasn't expecting me to be videoing at this hour of the day. So I better get moving. But until then, I will talk to you probably again on Thursday. But have a great rest of the week. And yeah, look out for that newsletter. Make sure you grab some of that Perendale. And we've got that special tomorrow if you're after blankets for lay-by. But until then, I'll talk to you in a couple of days. See you later. Bye.